Hello, Christina Rizzo. Thanks for tuning in, and happy Monday to each and every one of you. And I hope to all the ladies who were blessed with motherhood had a very happy Mother's Day. Even if you weren't able to see your child, or I don't know the circumstances, hopefully, or if you had a loved one pass, blessings to you anyway. Or even if your child called to say hello, as I've had to, because I live south and my family is north. So today, the left is at it again, and this is the view. But it's not about what I've been talking about with the Supreme Court league that's been going on and the debate with uh, Roe v. Wade, whether it's going to be the death of it. And the cities that protest this, it's not going to even affect them or the states. It's not going to even affect those states like New York and California. So I don't know why they're wasting their time out there protesting because they're going to be one of the states that's going to keep abortion illegal. But I digress. So, the view. Now, these ladies have an idea when it comes to conservative, especially black ones, who not to fool with. Now, so far, the few that they have respected were Condoleezza Rice, Dr. Ben Carson, and probably Thomas Sowell if he were on there. Okay, but they have certain black conservatives and maybe Latinos as well. But as a whole, these ladies, and I'm saying this loosely, are just mean to the right. Okay. Even though the right has been respectful to them on their show, they still did an outrage or get triggered. Two examples that come to mind. Kim Clasey comes on the show, the only left show that that would invite a conservative on when she was running for Congress in Baltimore. It's been so a while ago. I forget the district. She lost by much over this guy of the Nation of Islam by like over the top. But she was nice, and I think this was when Meghan McCain was still with them, and she was that was the only time Kim really got to talk to answer Meghan's questions. Excuse me. And so then here's Anna Navarro when Kim pointed out the facts. I mean, there's no secret that Trump has done a lot for the American people, coming with taxes, energy, employment, even with marginalized groups as far as women and minorities. And so she was challenged for that. And then Joy Behar comes in and talks about her president, nothing to do with her campaign or anything or that success, which I thought what she thought that's what she was going to come on to talk about. And Kim talked about her past and being in blackface. And we know there's always a double standard when the left does something and the right. Megyn Kelly comes to mind when she just talked about blackface in regards to Halloween costumes, and she immediately gets canceled from MSNBC. Now, don't get me wrong, I think this has something to do with Megyn Kelly working for Fox, because Megyn Kelly is not a conservative. She's said that several times. But again, there's always a double standard. Now, when Kim pointed this out to Joy, it just got out of control, and I don't think Wolfie was there today. And she respectfully ended the interview. Second one I remember clearly was when Janine Pearl was on the show, and Whoopi goes off just like she went on her off on her rant about the Roe v. Wade and this being her body, and it's up to her and her doctor, and she made a mistake and said child. The Hodge twins did a good job on that video last week. And in addition to this, Anna Kaparsian from the Young Turks that also went on a ravish rant. But they're not worth my airtime, so but I just thought I'd mention it. If you want to see those clips, you're welcome to do so. But yeah, I mean, Whoopi just, I don't know what the conversation was about, but Janine Pearl had like one last word, and uh, Whoopi went on this rant about, you know, Trump, talking about, uh, minorities and saying racist comments about the, um, uh, what did he say? Not only SO countries, but he said something else about drug dealers and rapists and murderers. And even though, with all due respect, he was right about that. Most of them who come across, we don't need any more criminals in this country. I think with illegal immigrants, it's like 1/3, the last I checked, um, that they make up in our prison population. So we don't need any more of that chaos. So yeah, Whoopi goes on this rant about it, and Janine just looks at her like she crazy. And she left. They ended up in the interview, and Whoopi running behind us, still yelling like a mad woman. And how I found out Janine Pearl, finished this talk on The View about this woman following her like a mad woman. So the same with Trump Jr. He also called out Joy Behar in blackface as well. But it's just I don't see how any conservative can have patience with them people. I really don't. But this particular view, Sonny Hostin, I believe the guest, Black Republican, was Lindsey Granger, I believe that was her name. And Sonny just flat out said, I just don't understand Black Republicans. It's an oxymoron. And or Mrs., I don't know if she's married or not, Miss Granger, excuse me, I asked why. She said she just doesn't understand it. Well, I'll pretty much fill in the blank what she means. How dare you vote for that side when you, as a black person, is supposed to vote for this one? It's just like they expect every black person. Black Americans. People say we're strong and have all this pride, but that in itself, in my opinion, is an oxymoron. Because how can you be considered a monolithic group and as a collective call yourself strong? Now, if they're going by the history of black Americans in this country, okay, yes, I can, all right. Uh, but like within the last 60 years, I seriously doubt it. Um, just like every black person doesn't put being black first. What's another big one? Every black person is doesn't feel like a victim of so-called white supremacy, whatever that is. Um, every black person, um, if they are faced with harassment due to melanated content, we each know how to handle these things differently, not through violence. Okay. Um, and even if there is discrimination, a lot of times there's no proof because a lot of people can't or don't blatantly say these things anymore, or it's not obvious. Okay. or and other things against reparations and going along with CR. Excuse me. Whew, that's the first. Whew, wow. Excuse me. Oh, that tickles. That means I'm getting excited, I guess. uh, but yeah, just all these other things, and uh, it's just interesting. And she also called, surprisingly, the Anna Navarro lady is the same name, and this woman works for the View. Now I don't know if she's a Republican or not, but she did include Latinos as well. That it's an oxymoron that we vote Republican. Well, Mrs. Hostin, too bad if you feel that way. Feel. I would say feel because that's what liberals do. You don't think logically. I've been in 2024. This will be my 20th year voting Republican, and nothing has stopped me yet. I haven't looked back since. So I'll be an oxymoron, and an Uncle Tom, and a bed wench, and a coon, and all these other post-historic slave names you like to call us. If anything, that makes us stronger and unique. I'm gonna close with this. I was talking to a brother about this during my live interview last Monday, and he said, as a white guy, I've never experienced that. I'm not gonna go off and call someone a name that I disagree with politically, or vice versa. Like they may not like each other. Let's say CNN and Fox, like Chris Cuomo and Tucker Carlson. I don't think Chris Cuomo is gonna call him an Uncle Tom because he works for Fox. He may disagree with him and call him some other name, maybe like a jerk or a moron or something like that. Like something that could roll from his back. Or, there are people who can also be extreme, like that man that approached Tucker Carlson in a fishing store in Montana. So, but it doesn't get to the point where it's just that black Americans are unique when conservatives, in particular, when we called all these post-historic slave names. And that's what I call them. That's the best way I can describe it. But thanks so much for listening. It just never stops. Christina Rezzo, pray for our nation, pray for our brothers and sisters in the persecuted church, and I'll talk to you super soon.